Good morning students, welcome to the class. I am Rajni, your science teacher in DAV Police Public School, Kathal. Students, we are on the chapter number 15, reaching the age of adolescence. Reproductive phase of life in human. In male, the reproductive phase begins at puberty and generally lasts till the age of approximate 45 to 50 years. And in female, the ovum mature and released by one of the ovaries once in about 28 to 30 days. During this period, the wall of the uterus becomes thick so as to release the egg. In the case it is fertilized and begin to develop, but in the case when it is unfertilized. When the fertilization doesn't occur, means if the egg is unfertilized, the released egg and the thickened line of the uterus along with the blood are shed off, and this is called the menstruation cycle. This causes the bleeding in the woman, which is called menstruation. It occurs in about 28 to 30 days, means once in a month. Menarche. The first menstruation begins at puberty is known as menarche. At 45 to 50 years, the menstruation cycle stops and it is called menopause. The stoppage of menstruation is termed as menopause. Initially, the menstruation cycle may be irregular. It takes some time to be regular. Now, how is the sex of the baby determined? As we have discussed this in our Zoom class also, that in human being there are 23 pair of chromosome, out of which 22 pair are autosome and the one pair is sex chromosome. Inside the fertilized egg or the zygote is the instruction for determining the sex of the baby. This instruction is present the thread-like structure that is called chromosome. These chromosomes are present inside the nucleus of every cell. As all human beings had 23 pair of chromosomes in their nuclei of their cell. The two chromosomes, it means the one pair of chromosome out of 23 pair of chromosomes, the one pair is sex chromosome. In female, these sex chromosome having two X chromosome, and in male they are having one X and one Y chromosome. Chromosome in egg and sperm. The gametes eggs and sperm has only one set of chromosome. In egg, the unfertilized egg always have X chromosome, and in sperm these have two types, one is X chromosome and other is Y chromosome. In boys, if the sperm contributes its Y chromosome to the egg during fertilization, the zygote developed is the male child. As we have discussed in the Zoom class also, if the male contributes its Y chromosome, then the child baby is male. When the sperm containing the X chromosome fertilized with the egg, the zygote would have two X chromosome and develop the female child. As it is seen here, if the male is giving its Y chromosome, then it is male child, and it is giving its X chromosome, then the female child. Hormones other than the sex hormone. The hormones secreted by the pituitary stimulate testes and ovaries to produce their hormone, because pituitary is attached to the brain and it is the master gland. Apart from the pituitary, there are other endocrine glands in the body such as thyroid, pancreas and adrenal gland. As we have already learned about the goiter. Goiter is a disease which is caused by the decrease in the thyroxine hormone by the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland does not produce the thyroxine hormone. This results in the disease goiter. Similarly, when the pancreas is not introducing the hormone insulin in sufficient quantity, then the disease is caused diabetes. The adrenal glands, they are present above the kidney. They are secreted hormone which maintain the correct salt balance in the blood. Adrenal also produce the hormone adrenaline. It helps the body to adjust the stress when one is very angry and embarrassed and worry. Growth hormone, the thyroid and the adrenal secrete their hormone when they receive the order by the pituitary. They receive the order by the pituitary because the pituitary is the master gland. Pituitary also secrete the growth hormone which is necessary for the growth of the person. Metamorphosis, we have already discussed the metamorphosis in the last chapter. It is also controlled by the hormone secretion. As in the case of silk moth, the caterpillar has to pass the various stages to become the adult moth, and in similarly the frog, the tadpoles is passed from the various stages to become the frog, and in insects also there are many changes in the metamorphosis stage, and these changes are also required hormone, that is thyroxine hormone. The metamorphosis in insects is controlled by the hormone. In frog it is controlled by the thyroxine hormone. Thyroxine production require the presence of iodine which is sufficient in the water where the tadpoles grow. Now reproductive health. For the reproduction, for maturity and puberty phase, we need the reproductive health. The physical, mental health of the individual is important during this stage. So for this reproductive health, nutrition needs by the adolescents. The nutrition which is rich in iron, the iron is rich in leafy vegetable, jaggery, meat, etc. So the adolescents need iron as well as the balanced diet. Balanced diet which include protein, carbohydrate, vitamins in right proportion. And for infants, the mother milk provide all the nutrition that they need. It is important to remember that the chips packets, they cannot take the place of the meal because their nutrition value is very low. Along with the health, the other need is the personal hygiene. Everyone should take the bath at least once in a day. It is more necessary for the teenager because the increased activity of the sweat gland make the body smelly. So all part of the body should be washed, cleaned and every day. If the cleanliness is not maintained, there is a chance of bacterial infection. And for the girl, they should take the special care or the cleanliness during the time of the menstruational flow. And they should also prepare for their cycle and for the onset of menstruation. Along with the health, the physical exercise, yoga, aerobics, they are also needed by the body. It is important for the adolescence is the period of much activity of the body as well as mind. So the child will confused or insecure, but in this insecurity he should not be attractive towards the drugs. If you take them once, you feel them taking again and again. They are harmful for the body and they ruin the health as well as happiness. The one more thing is the infection of AIDS or HIV. This virus can pass on to the normal person by the infected person by sharing the syringe, and it also transmitted from the infant to the infant by their mother. The virus also transmitted by the sexual contact. So it is important for their care and precautions.